So, Kim, thank you sa pagkuhan mo sa akin dito.
Oh,
Again. So, what's the name of the place again?
I call it Wild Jasmine. Ito yung pinangalan ko.
Wild Jasmine.
Sa Pagita. Natin pa rin.
Okay. Wild
Reminds me of my home. Kasi yung sa kinalakihan ko, Davao, in our street, there's a Baptist church there. And it reminds me of home when I smell some pagita, when I see it. Kasi every time I go out of our house and walk down our street, anong mabango? Kasi merong mga sampagita dun.
So you're from which part of Mindanao? Davao?
Davao City. So, yung journey ko as tattoo artist, kung saan ako nagsimula. Nagsimula ako, sa University of Mindanao.
Wow.
Doon ako when I was taking my fine arts major in painting. I studied late, nadali ako ng 3 years. Kasi, marami akong detour. Before ako nag-fine arts, I took major in biology.
Could you tell us a bit how biology transposed to tattooing?
There's no connection. It was like a family decision, like societal pressure din.
Okay.
Sa Pilipinas, diba?
Ano yung biology? So, anong parang pinaka-career mo after taking that course?
It's like preparatory to be a doctor.
I see. Wow.
Gusto mag-surgeon ng
Okay.
Mag-surgeon ako.
Alright.
Hindi kaya ng brains.
Yeah.
Math pa lang. Lahat na. Lumipat ako sa MKD. Mindanao ko sa Daigaku. It's a Japanese school in Davao. And then, kasi gusto naman ng parents ko, ng family ko, ayaw mo mag-biology, mag-teacher ka na lang sa Japan.
Okay. Also, nag-Japan ka din talaga?
Hindi ako nag-Japan, but nag-study ako na international studies.
I see, okay.
Pero I've convinced my parents na, I'll try animation. Sabi nila kasi short course lang muna. And then, yun naman, I got my certificate. So sabi nila, sige, you can commit.
That's good.
And then after that, I told them na I'm ready na to take a major in art. And so, I've convinced them.
Fine arts.
Finally. And so, pinenroll na ako sa UM. I lived there for 2 years while I was doing commissions.
Okay.
Yun yung yung mga extra ko.
Okay.
Kasi naman.
Kailangan mo i-rouse, di ba? Yeah.
Oo.
Kailangan mo
Although meron namang pera pang bili ng tuition. I mean, pambayad ng tuition. But, syempre, college, you're young.
Yeah.
Gusto mo rin gumala, di ba? While I was studying, I met these two guys, my friend Louis and James, and they introduced tattooing to me. And invite nila ako for dinner. Sabi ko, hindi ko talaga afford kasi nagastos ko na lahat ng pera ko sa Tagala. And so, sabi nila na, bakit hindi ka na lang magtattoo ka para schedule mo? So, sabi nila na, I told them na, I don't even know where to start. Yung pagkano. Ano bang...
So you have no idea talaga before ka pumasok ng tattooing, so yung mga years na gusto mo ng art, hindi pa naman tattoo yung gusto mo?
No.
I see.
No, I just took art, yung major ko. Kasi gusto ko talaga siya i-pursue. After ng invitation, sabi nila na dinner, and then hindi uma-afford. Sabi nila, let's start right away. Tuturuan ka namin. Kailangan lang doon namin ng pwesto. Sabi ko, I know a place.
Okay.
Doon sa sa bahay ng lola ko.
Okay.
Doon pa talaga kami sa balcony.
Sino naman yung medium mo? Sinong
Sila lang din.
Kayo lang.
So, upo lang kami. It's very casual. It's funny because we did that in October, and then next month is November, which is my birthday.
Okay.
And then sabi ko sa mama ko, bilhan mo ko ng tattoo machine. Kasi wala akong pera. But sabi ko sa kanya, this is my moment.
This is what I want.
This is what I want, and this is what I want to do in life. I figured it out.
Okay.
Pa ako noon, 18 years old.
What's your mom's first reaction like?
Of course, she doesn't want it. Kasi yung stigma sa tattoo sa bansa natin, di ba?
Yeah, I know.
Especially, yung mentality na you only get tattoos in prison. And so, kung meron kang tattoo, yung stigma, it's taboo, you'll probably be in prison.
Yeah.
And it's there's only a few people who gets it like at an actual tattoo shop. Konti lang tattoo shop dati. And yung mga tao na nakakapagtato sa Pinas is, yung mga may kaya, they don't have to worry about work. So, if alanganin ka pa, hindi ka pa nakapasok sa trabaho, wala ka pang trabaho, and then kung meron kang tattoo, mahihirapan ka talaga. Yeah. So, binigyan niya ako ng tattoo kit. And then, after, it was like magic. Like, you put something out there and then the universe kind of like give back to you. Yep. And when I got my tattooing, the next month, somebody contacted me na gusto daw ko i-hire as a proper apprentice sa tattoo shop. Like, it just fell on my lap. Nag-take ako ng proper apprenticeship. And then yung mentor ko, si Renza Nas.
Okay.
Very, very talented. Magaling. And then, nag-apprentice ako sa kanya. And then, I kept practicing. And then, when I got better and confident with my art, syempre, binalagyan ko yung kaibigan ko na first kong tinato. Yeah. And then, binagyan ko siya ng at least decent tattoo. Wow. And then, before ako umalis dito. And then, dito na ako nagsimula. Pero, I worked for 8 months at a different job. Dun ako sa artwork sa downtown. I don't know if you're familiar, malapit sa City Hall. It was my first starter job dito sa Edmonton. And I do deliveries. I'm all around the place. I do the cleaning. I do deliveries. I do I wrap flowers. Kasi para ako yung extra crew. So I'm all over the place. And then, yung flower shop, yung gift shop, meron silang artist doon. Siya yung personal photographer ng shop. So while I was cleaning, sabi niya, tanong niya sa akin, what's your plan in your life?
Okay.
He was asking about me. And then, sabi ko na, I want to be an artist.
Okay.
I told him, I am already an artist, but I really want more to explore more. And then, sabi niya, then why are you here? And then, sabi ko, bakit ako nandito? Yeah. When I got home, gumawa agad ako ng resume.
Alright, okay.
And then after that, sabi ko sa husband ng mom ko, kung available ba siya the next day. Kasi timing din, perfect time.
Okay.
Ang day off ko the next day. Then sabi niya, wala daw siyang gagawin. All over Edmonton. We drove around Edmonton.
Yeah.
All the tattoo shop, iniisa-isa namin. And then I went to Aces and Spades, doon sa South Side. Nag-negotiate kami, and then hinire nila ako. Even though meron akong 2 years na experience, sabi nila, in-offer nila ako sa apprentice. And I was like, yeah, I'll take it. Whatever you could give me, I'll take it.
Gaano ka different yung culture of the tattoo industry sa Pilipinas dito sa Western country like here in Canada?
Mas maraming opportunities dito when it comes to tattooing. Dati, kasi sa Pilipinas, syempre, wala masyadong, hindi siya priority.
Yeah. Tulad nga ng sabi natin, may stereotype pa yung mga tattoo people, no?
Oo, na-stereotype. And then, wala masyadong, pero kung nagkakapera, hindi sa tattooing ginagastos, diba? Kaya mahirap yung tattooing doon. Nakakapag-tattoo ako, mga mga 3 clients when I started. I understand. Yeah. I understood that time kasi baguhan pa lang ako. So, makakatattoo ako mga 3 times, 4 times a month. Pero nung naghirap talaga ako, syempre, more than that na kasi survival mode ako.
Okay. When it comes to style, sabi nila ang makakakita ng style mo is yung ibang tao. Just like the way I see your style. So, yung style mo kasi parang parang kung nagbabasa ng anatomy ng mga insects. I mean, yung talaga yung execution mo ng bawat parts, bawat stroke ng mga katawan, ng body parts, more on realism. How can you describe your style or approach in doing?
Paiba-iba din. Nag-explore ako. Sometimes neo-trad, sometimes, may halong realism. I would say in between kasi yung tattooing ko, it's different from my paintings, right? Ito surrealism talaga. Wala kang makikitang bold lines. Pero kung titingnan mo yung yung mga tattoo ko, meron siyang bold lines eh. So kind of like in the
Mm.
middle of neo-trad and
Okay.
realism.
Okay. So when it comes to the style or art that you're doing in tattooing, madalas ba kapag nagtatattoo ka, so when it comes to client,
Mm-mm.
madalas ba sinong nasusunod when it comes to the style or yung outcome? Sila ba o ikaw? Paano mo binabalance yun?
I would say both.
Both? Okay.
Both. How I engage or talk to my clients, yung style ko kasi, I would present it as a collaboration.
Yeah, okay.
Not
Nice.
like it's all my ideas and it's their ideas. It has to be both. You have to meet halfway then, di ba? Like, for example, gawin natin tong consultation, meron kang gustong ipatattoo sa akin.
Okay.
Siyempre, sasabihan mo ko. Merong mga kliyente na magsasabi na, I will give you full art freedom, di ba?
Okay.
Artist freedom. Hindi ako na-excite pag ganun.
Oh, really? Okay.
Kasi, it could be anything that I want, but it could be something that you don't want. I could draw you a million images out of my head, but it could still not be what you want.
Totoo.
Diba? So I have to be very specific with what my client wants. Like, no, you have to give me an idea. Kasi, kung ano yung gusto ko might not be what you want. Diba?
Oh.
And it could be the other way around, which I don't mind kasi as an artist, that's my job to make your vision into reality.
Speaking of time, so do you sketch it like impromptu or?
Oo.
Okay,
But not like the whole image itself.
Okay.
I would just show them how I would arrange it. Kasi sasabihin natin na, I would like an elephant as a tattoo.
Okay, yun na.
Okay, so a sleeve. Paano mo interpret yung elephant and a sleeve when an elephant is huge?
When you say
right?
sleeve is the
whole arm.
Okay, whole arm. Okay.
Paano mo interpret yan? Siyempre, kung maglalagay ka ng whole elephant sa arm mo, siyempre, i-shrink talaga yan para hindi magwa-warp, di ba?
Yeah.
Oo, so ganon. So, hindi naman pwede. So, you have to take a portion of it kung ano yung gusto i-highlights ng kliyente mo. So, sabihin nila, gusto ko lang ng muka. Di lalagay mo yung muka para mag-fit sa arm. So, it's very technical din. It's not just about art, but you have to arrange it in a way na hindi siya magwa-warp or distorted tingnan.
Kung sa art, sa visual art, napaka-challenging na sa canvas, right?
Yeah, but the thing is, this is flat.
This is flat.
But the body isn't.
Yeah. Tapos,
so yun yung challenge.
Tsaka siya flesh siya, buhay. Buhay yung medium mo, right? May pawis, dugo, skin. No? So, ano yung mga Ken? What are the common art elements that are hard or difficult to produce when you're starting tattooing?
When I was starting, placement. Yun talaga yung kalaban mo, yung placement. And yung art na ilalagay mo sa lugar. Because you can't just put any art at a certain body, part of the body. Kasi, let's just say, I want an elephant, pero ilagay sa leeg. Paano mo yan i-arrange na magsasakto yung elephant? Marami kang dapat i-consider. Magsasakto yung elephant na magmumukhang elephant, and at the same time, thinking of how it would age. Diba?
Oh, okay.
Kasi,
really? Okay.
Kasi,
kailangan mo i-consider yon kapag yung
marami kang i-consider.
Ayos
I-consider mo yung size, i-consider how it would look, i-consider mo kung paano siya mag-age. Kasi, lagay natin, gusto niya, I just want an inch elephant. Ano bang masasakto dyan sa edge na elephant? Siyempre, line work lang.
Yeah.
Hindi ka pwede magre-realism.
No.
Kasi, if you go to realism, maglilin ka sa realism, and then 1 inch, 2 inches lang, it would age, it would blur after 5 years, 10 years. Kasi yung ink, what a lot of people don't know is ink will stay in fluid state for your entire life. It does not solidify.
I don't know about that. Okay. So liquid siya.
Yes, it will stay liquid forever. That's why it expands. So you have to consider that then na pag magtatattoo ka, yung line work mo, kakapal talaga yan. So, kailangan, you have to make it as airy as possible. And what I mean by airy, there has to be enough gaps or room para yung ink mag-expand siya. You could still identify kung ano yung itatattoo mo.
Wow. Parang technical din pala, no?
It's very technical.
Uh-huh.
Especially sa balat na yung pinag-uusapan
I know.
natin.
It's a flesh.
Mm.
Buhay yung medium mo, right?
Siyempre, yung ano rin, kung hindi rin mabuti pagka-execute, mahal na rin yung laser treatment.
I know. And then may ikaw ang kakabulin yan kung sakali. Hindi ba? Parang may mga waiver ba na
Yes,
Okay.
you have to sign a waiver. There could be complications, di ba? We don't want na after session, meron kayong conflict ng clients mo, na mag-aaway kayo, and then it could become big, right? And you have to have a piece of at least an evidence na meron kayong agreement na this is what's going to happen, because at the end of the day, if you and your client ended up in bad terms, then it could actually go sa
May experience ka ng ganun, Ken? Wala pa naman.
Wala pa naman,
Okay.
fortunately.
Alright.
Hindi pa ako hindi pa ako naloloso.
Okay. Alright. So, okay, speaking of client, for the years of your experience as a tattoo artist, give me like 3 types of people.
The types of people, syempre yung easygoing.
Easygoing, okay.
Yun yung paborito ko. I would not say na, with my clients, I would not say they're difficult, more like challenging.
Okay.
Kasi isa lang naman din yung gusto natin, di ba? To create art and to make good art on people.
Of course.
So, I don't see any bad intention when it comes to client. Kasi isa lang yung goal natin. But, I think na kailangan din natin ng proper communication. So, yun lang, easygoing. And then, syempre, yung very difficult, who doesn't know how to communicate.
Okay.
We have to be very, very specific with what we want. Meron nga akong kliyente dati. I think pina-cover up niya yun.
Okay, cover up, alright.
I mean, like,
mga ganyan, di ba?
We have to start somewhere din naman. Diba? And I was so new here. I think I was in my first year here in Canada. And then, sabi niya, gusto niya daw ng shark. And then, ginawan ko ng shark. And then, realist pala yung gusto niya.
Tapos na. Tapos na, hindi siya umimik.
Hindi siya umimik. It's like, pumunta ka sa barbero or salon. Pagkatapos, ayaw mo pala yung gupit mo. And then,
okay. Oh my God. Okay. So, paano mo na-deal yun?
So far, hindi siya nag-reach out sa akin.
Okay.
So, yun nga, yung mga client na, ayaw ng confrontation and then ayaw makipag-communicate. Those are like, I find most challenging.
Okay.
And I think then, yung mga client na hindi nagre-research. It's very important you do a research kung kaninong artist ka pupunta. You have to look at the tattoo shop kung maganda yung reputation nila, and then maglulok ka rin ng artist na maganda din yung reputation. Tingnan mo yung portfolio kasi it might not even be the style that you want. Di porket ni-refer, magaling.
Yeah.
Kasi, it could be magaling sa at a certain style, but it might not be the style that you're looking for. Diba? So, mag-research ka.
When it comes to, sa mga let's say, sa parts ng katawan, ano yung mga pinaka mahihirap, most, difficult parts ng katawan na, nalagyan ng tattoo?
Side. Like, dito sa waist.
Dito? Sa waist?
Kasi, what I noticed, nag-expand siya 3 times. Pag ganito ka, naka-relax ka, ganito lang kaliit. Pero, kailangan mo siya i-stretch, di ba? So, kung i-stretch mo,
nag-iiba ng itsura yan?
Oo, warp siya tingnan.
Oh.
So, kailangan ka mag-a-adjust.
Paano yun? Grabe, paano adjustment nun? So, like the art itself, i-adjust mo?
No. Ang style ko, pinapatayo ko palagi kliyente ko. Kasi, pag na-stretch na siya, nawawarp na siya, nadidistort. Hindi ko namamalayan, tama pa ba itong ginagawa ko? So, every time, like every 30 minutes, kung mag-change ako ng area na tatatuan ko, pinapatayo ko kliyente ko. Tama pa ba ito? Nasa tamang area pa ba ako?
Yung mga, how do you handle, kanyari yung mga private parts, meron ba?
So far, ang mga natatuan ko lang. Sa puwet,
Okay.
Usually women. It's mostly women.
Okay.
Sa sternum nila, sa chest, and then belly button. So, when it comes to parts like that, I find very, very challenging.
Okay.
Kasi I have to be very careful with my words. Kasi
Yeah.
kasi I have to basically strip them.
Mhm.
They have to be naked in front of me.
Yeah.
Kasi merong isang Pinay din,
Okay.
lumapit sa akin. Sabi niya, ipapa-cover up niya daw yung tattoo niya. She has a sternum tattoo.
Mhm.
And then yung issue is,
Saan yun? Yung dito?
sternum dito.
Dito. Okay.
Mm-mm. So, ito yung experience niya.
Mm.
Sabi niya sa akin, she needs help. Ipapa-cover up niya daw yung tattoo niya.
Bakit?
Kasi yung tattoo niya daw is crooked and gusto niya daw ng fine line. Sabi ko, hindi naman pwede fine line kung magko-cover up ka. Hindi pwede mo i-cover up. Paano mo i-cover up yung...
Dapat solid yun, di ba?
dapat solid color.
Yeah, usually pag cover up, makapal, kakapal it's basically overlaying something. on top of it.
Overlaying something. So, it's either bigger, right? And
Yeah.
then packed with color. So, sabi ko sa kanya, kung gusto mo mag-fine line, ipapa-laser mo muna to.
Mhm.
But at the same time, yung challenge doon was yung sternum tattoo niya is crooked. So,
Mm.
what happened was, yung dati niyang tattoo artist, hindi siya pinastrip. Like, yung t-shirt niya, she just
ganun
pulled
lang.
it. So, what happened was, it stretched her skin and it distorted her skin. It was pulling her
Kasi
skin.
nakaganon siya, no?
Oo. So,
Okay.
yung chest niya, na-squish.
Yeah.
And then, she was wearing a tight jean na
Oh,
sa
no.
waist.
Yeah.
And so, sabi ko sa kanya, you should not have done that. Kung mag-sternum ka ng tattoo, dapat, kahit nga yung yung pants mo, you have to pull it down.
Is it her first time getting a tattoo? Baka medyo siya siguro, parang nahihiya siguro.
I think it was on the artist side.
Pero si artist na nagka-problem,
Oo,
no?
kasi some tattoo shops are open like this, right? And I think, lalaki kasi yung tattoo artist niya. And I think, din yung tattoo artist niya na lalaki, ayaw niya din
Parang,
matakot
parang
yung kliyente.
nag-set siya ng siguro boundary, pero
it wasn't,
yeah.
it did not result in a very good way. So, she did not take off her top and she did not take off her pants. So, it was distorted in many ways.
Stress pa siyang nag siguro. Siya pa yung naghawak ng kanya siguro.
Yung pang-tapis niya.
So,
yung tiyan ng babae, it was pulled in a different way. So, when she got out of the tattoo studio, it was perfect.
Oh, okay
It was perfect. Kasi, tight yung niya, tight yung jeans niya. It was still in place. And then when she got home, she unbuckled her pants. She unbuckled her belt and then took off her pants. Yung dangle ng tattoo niya, it was 2 inches away from her belly button. It was going side because when they put the stencil on, the pants was so tight. And then they should have unbuttoned it.
And she was so conscious na hindi na siya bumalik siguro dun sa
Yeah, I don't think she...
So, did you manage to fix it nung nagpa-laser siya? Or?
She's still going through laser treatment right now.
Okay, alright. How do you prepare your clients naman? Pag kunyari, tattoo session na, like, meron bang kailangan gawin yung client prior to going here? Okay. So, ano yung mga pinaka-common na pinapagawa mo sa kanila? Kumain?
Para hindi ka mahimatay.
Really?
Oo.
Okay.
Meron ako dati kong experience.
Okay.
Mga kliyente ko nahimatay.
Dahil sa nervyos na siguro, or is it the pain?
Kasi,
or yung sa na lang, nervyos na lang?
Hindi naman sa nervyos. Ganito kasi yan.
Okay.
So, when we're getting tattooed, anong nangyayari dyan? Yung body natin is going through trauma. So, it needs energy so we could go through that pain. Kasi tattooing is not just tattooing, it's wounding, right?
Yeah.
So, we're gonna go through this process na we're getting wound. So, yung body natin needs energy. And how do we get energy? Through food. So, doon pa ako dati sa Aces and Spades pa ako. So, ako kliyente, mga bata pa, early 20s.
Yeah.
Diba? And so, yung Aces and Spades, katabi niya is bar.
Okay. What if, paano pag, kunyari, galing bar, nakainom, pumunta sa'yo?
It's not advisable kasi,
Okay.
yung alcohol, it thins the blood.
Mm.
So it has an effect on a person. Then somewhat yung it just changes the skin, and then
Really? Okay.
oo, depende yan sa
Kasi
tao
sa iba baka baka nag-inom sila ba para,
Pwede naman.
'di ba? Para
I mean, like,
medyo
it's not
malasan niya.
there are people who does that, but it's not advisable
Okay.
kasi it thins the blood. So, eto yung si client, sabi niya, hindi pa kami nakakainom, iinom pa lang. So, while they're waiting for their friends, there's a tattoo shop, why not wait
Of
there,
course,
di ba?
yeah.
They were having fun,
Uh-huh.
so they went all out. Sabi ko, tinanong ko, kumain ka na ba? Sabi niya, hindi pa. Sabi niya, okay, good thing kasi hindi pa ako kumain. So, while I'm eating, I'm having dinner. You eat as well.
Okay.
So yun nga,
Hindi
pinakain.
kumain. Uh-huh.
So, I spent like 15 minutes eating. Yun pala yung kliyente ko, hindi kumain. Sabi ko, oh, how's your dinner? Sabi niya, oh, I didn't eat. And sabi ko,
Okay. So, but did you end up tattooing her?
sabi ko, no, you really have to eat.
Okay.
And then, she argued with me.
Oh, okay.
Sabi niya, hindi, kaya ko to. I'll be fine.
And
And I'm
then?
like, that is not up to you.
Okay. So, nag-start.
So, I did start.
And
I
then?
did start. I was like 2 seconds on the skin and she passed out.
2 seconds pag gano'n nila.
Mm-mm.
So,
Sabi ko sa kanya, you can't pass out on me. Kasi, if aalis ka now, and then hindi to natapos, you will get stuck with like a line, a random line on your arm.
Wow, yeah.
So,
okay. So, how was it? Natapos? O
Oo,
bumalik?
pinalaklak namin ng tsokolate. Candy.
Really? Okay.
Buti na lang, meron kaming bowl doon na maraming chocolate pati candy.
Okay. Pwede bang na-try mo na yung parang nagpapamasahe, nakatulog, nagtatato? Pwede ba yun o hindi pwede?
Nangalin?
Pag makatulog siya, ganun.
Oo.
Pwede naman.
Oo, client ko natutulog dito
Oh, okay.
Which is like, I find it better rather than them squirming, di ba? It means they relax pag nandito sila. And they fix
Parang
it.
therapy tuloy, no?
Oo. Pag nagpapatato ka dito, it's like you day talaga na this is a day set for you. You treat yourself. And then, it's very nice and chill here. We have tea together. Ganito, it's very casual.
Yeah.
And then, tea party. We have charcuterie here sometimes. So, kumakain kami ng salami, cheese, and then fruit, and then kape. Siya.
So,
very chill.
Yeah. At least parang it's like parang a very casual relationship, no?
Oo, fair.
It's having a business, and pag may client ka, it's building your connection or relationship with them, right?
Yes, and that's what I want. I don't want my clients to feel na they come in and then they're out, I give value sa mga relationship ko sa mga clients ko. They're like my friends, to be honest. And it's very chill here. We talk about different things. Aside from being a tattoo artist, para na rin ako ng therapist. Kasi yung iba, naghahanap ng mabivent, ng mga problema nila.
3 tips or advice na maibibigay mo sa mga, let's say, current generation of tattoo artists who's, pursuing tattooing.
Well, always have a student mindset and find your mentor.
Be always teachable.
Yes.
Okay.
Dapat open ka sa mga sa mga advice. But of course, you have to take the advice from somebody who has a good reputation then. Like, you can't take a financial advice from somebody who could not give it to you. Like, you cannot take an advice, like, let's say, financial advice from someone who doesn't have money, right? So, you have to be aside from having a student mindset, you have to be very, very careful who you take advice from.
Okay.
So, if you're taking advice from somebody who's an artist, are their portfolios good? So, always seek mentorship. Then, mentors na magagaling and who are good and has the best intention, not just for you and for him, but something, who's willing to give back sa industriya din.
Right now, bukod dun sa mga previous mentors mo sa previous tattoo shops you've been working with before, sino-sino pa yung mga influences mo, mentors mo in tattooing?
Mentors ko, usually, not just my mentors, ang usually inspiration ko yung mga nakikita ko lang din sa sa internet.
Yeah.
Kaya lang talaga mga artist diba? Gaya-gaya lang yan. Pero at the same time, not full like plagiarism talaga, nakukopyahin mo lahat.
How about the third one?
Ano bang third?
Yeah.
Yung advice ko, diba?
Oo. Usually 3 lang naman kasi pag 5, 4, madami na yan
Hard work talaga. Hard work beats talent. Gaano ko pa ka-talented kung tamad ka, wala kang mararating.
Okay. Hard work. Yeah. Thanks for the time, Ken. Ang dami pang pwede pag-usapan pero kulang yung no?
Oo. Kulang pa to. Kailangan buong araw
I know. We'll continue ulit sa potluck mo.
Sige.
Yeah.
Yun, kasi mahaba-haba yun. Pwede tayong mag-chika doon.
Yeah. At alam ko, mahaba pang biyapahin mo sa West pa to. Thanks for tuning in, mga ka-drawing. If you enjoyed listening on this episode, please do me a favor by giving us a rate or comment here on Spotify. Also, visit and follow us on our social media pages by going to Kwentong Drawing on Facebook for more art talks. And of course, Jan Victoria on Facebook for more artworks. Alright, see you soon. Bye!